everyone, welcome to our Sprint-1 planning session. In this sprint, we will establish the core functionalities of our project while leveraging idea boards for brainstorming, feedback collection and task organization. Our goal is to ensure a clear workflow, enhance collaboration and maintain transparency throughout the sprint. Next goes to structure of the session. Here we have structured our planning into key sessions. First one is tasks, team roles and backlog prioritization. Going to step one, setting up our idea boards workspace. Our purpose is to keep our planning structured. We have created different sessions in idea boards to characterize our ideas and tasks effectively. Here the sections are sprint goals, user stories and features, task breakdown, challenges and risks, feedback and improvements. In sprint goals, it defines the objectives of sprint one. Next, user stories and features. It lists the key functionalities we need to build. And the third one, task breakdown. It divides our user stories into specific development tasks. Fourth one, challenges and risks. It identifies potential roadblocks and how to mitigate them. And the fifth one, feedback and improvements, is to for the team members to suggest enhancements. Why this structure? This structure approach ensures we all capture our relevant details before starting the sprint.
Yeah,
Next,
coming to step two, who is gonna
So
continue?
step two is defining sprint one goals.
Okay.
So, and here we are knowing about primary objective. For this sprint, our primary objective is to build a working foundation for our application. So enabling users for login and enter food manually and track their basic nutritional data. So here the sprint one goals are, the first one is implementing user authentication.
Implement.
And the next one is enable manual food entry.
Yes.
And the next one is logged items for food editing. And next one is dashboard UI. And next one is backend infrastructure.
Yes.
So that's it. These are the points for the sprint one goals. And I'm going to explain what is what. So for implementing user authentication, we already know for our safety and everything for data protection, we need sign up, login, logout for the users. So we in the next one we have to enable manual food entry UI for tracking meals. It will manually collect the details by the picture only. And next one, develop a food editing feature for modifying logged items. And the next one, the design the dashboard UI with calorie and macro breakdown. And the last one, set up the backend infrastructure for user data storage. And the outcome, these goals will guide our work and ensure that we complete the core foundation for our app before moving to automation in Spring 2. Sprint 2. And the
Yes,
next one,
yes, I think these are the well-defined Sprint 1 goals that we are going to do further action. So what about the user stories and future breakdowns? Who's gonna
Yeah,
continue this?
I'm going to do that actually.
Yeah, just
So
just
we
tell
have
me the points first. So I'll enter the points, then you can explain.
yeah,
So
so
we
we
can
have
discuss about that.
yeah, sure, we have four
Yeah,
of them. So
yeah,
user
for
authentication
so
being one for the first one,
application. Okay, and
and manual food entry,
what's manual food
food
entry.
entry, yeah,
Okay,
and food editing,
food editing. Okay,
and lastly it's daily dashboard.
yeah. Uh, so you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, sure, Sai. So in this step, we use the user stories and feature section in these boards to outline the key functionalities based on our user needs. So this helps ensure our features align with our real user expectations. Starting with the first point, which is user authentication. As a user, I want to create an account and log in so that my data is securely saved. And for the manual food entry, as a user, I want to enter my meals manually to track like how much intake I'm taking on the daily wise for the food entering wise. And as a user, I want to modify my food entries to correct my mistakes. And lastly, for the daily dashboard, as a user, I want to view my daily calorie intake and macro intake and macro breakdown to effectively manage my nutrition. And if you ask me a question like why we use user stories, I can say like user stories, it keeps our development like process like user centric, helping us to stay focused on the real needs and prioritize the features very effectively. By structuring functionalities this way, and we ensure like, a seamless and very valuable user experience.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, Vikranth. Fully, I'm also agree with that as a Scrum Master. So, what about the breaking down tasks? What are the point you think, you guys, you can?
Yeah, I'm gonna uh, tell this point about the breaking down task.
Okay,
So, Sai, can you enter these main points I'm gonna tell you? Number
sure.
one is a user authentication,
User authentication. Yeah,
and number two should be like manual food entry.
annual code entry. Like the same points which the user stories and features, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and
So,
write the food editing
code editing. Mhm.
and daily dashboard.
Yeah, I can see here like the user stories and the breaking down tasks are similar because I think so. The user stories are going to break down like into tasks, right?
Yeah, exactly, correct.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You can go
now
ahead.
I'm gonna explain this each of these task
Yeah,
like user authentication. So now set up authentication backend using API and database here MongoDB and develop login and sign up. So now implementing password encryption and error handling
okay.
and testing
Yeah,
and debugging. So in this user authentication, we all use these tasks because it's easy to identify while breaking the tasks and everyone can easily understood the situations and what's going on. Now coming to that manual food entry. So here designing input fields for food entry and connect food entry to backend storage, implement validation for food name and portion size. In this, I think in this manual food entry, yeah, these are the valid points before what I earlier discussed to you. And coming to the food editing. So here we have to create an edit option in the meal log and implement API for updating food entries and ensure real-time updates in the UI. And coming to that, daily dashboards. So here, design dashboard layouts and integrate backend data for calorie or macro tracking. And we have to ensure real-time updates when new meals are logged. So these are the tasks we break down and I think it's helpful. I think everyone will agree with this, right?
yes,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
These are the
definitely,
tasks we can
Bhargav.
break down.
Yeah.
That are
yes,
definitely I agree with that. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
now that we have our task structured, like now we can start assigning our team roles and responsibilities. I'll just tell the key points first. Front
Sure.
end development,
Just give me, yeah. So
back end development.
I think in front end development, we have to write the names also. I think so.
yeah, pretty sure. I think first she'll explain the what the roles, and I think
Mhm.
who's gonna assign for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You can go ahead, Harshita.
And machine learning and Scrum Master.
Okay.
Yeah. Like now we have to assign specific tasks to each team member. In
Yeah,
front
you're
end,
right.
like Ranjitha, she can lead UI development and ensure task completion.
So Ranjitha is going to be a front-end developer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I am
Yeah.
gonna
And
be a.
also Nikita.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, and Nikita, she works on manual food entry and dashboard UI.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what
Okay.
about the back-end developer? I think
Yeah.
we have two more back-end developers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two more
Yeah.
backend. That is myself, Harshita, and Bhargav.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, I will
Harshita
be
and Bhargav,
developing the
who's going to do what?
authentication.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll develop the authentication and do the database integration. Whereas Bhargav will work on food editing and backend APIs.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. So we can
Yeah,
complete our task
machine
easily.
learning also we have two engineers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're
Yeah.
gonna
The
enter
first one
man.
is SaiKumar. Yeah,
Yeah.
SaiKumar. He's also a Scrum Master.
Yeah. No, thank you. Next. I
And
think
Okay,
also,
and Vikrant.
yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah,
so.
here
Uh,
Sai Kumar serves as a Scrum Master and ensures sprint progress. And Vikrant works on optimizing backend architecture. Now, why we have assigned these roles is like with clearly assigned responsibilities, we ensure that everyone knows their roles in the sprint and collaborate effectively.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, you're right. So that's the reason to work as a team, we should have some roles and responsible for each and everyone. So that's pretty sure and
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, yeah. So coming to so in any project we do have some challenges and risks. So uh, I think we got three things like API security.
Yeah, I think so. It's an authentication issues, right?
Yeah, API security and authentication loss. Sorry, authentication issues and data validations valid.
User input errors.
Users.
Coming to next, I think backend.
Backend and front end integration
Integration
delays.
rules.
Yeah, so these are the risks and challenges we are going to face. Then how we are going to address them? That's the main question. So for API security and authentication issues, we are going to use OAuth and JWT authentication apps, so we can clear the authentication issues. And coming to data validations and user input errors, we are going to apply strict validation rules so that data will be good and we don't have any user input errors. Coming to front end and back end integration delays, we should have frequent sync up meetings so that we can avoid these delays. And again, coming to the API authentication, API security and authentication issues, we are using the OAuth app and JWT app, so we can clear this. Like we are using Fast API here. So Fast API acts as a bridge between front end and back end, like Postman collections. So coming to Next, data validations also we are going to strict validation rules. Yeah, these are the challenges and risks that we are going to see in the project. So I think these are the process we can solve.
I think I agree with Sai. So let's continue with the feedbacks and sprint review.
Yeah.
So here are the feedbacks we have to improve for
Okay.
our next sprint. So I'm gonna mention few feedbacks.
Sure.
Please note it down,
Sure.
Sai.
Sure. Sure.
So we can improve the dashboard UI,
Okay.
Error
So
handling.
error handling for failed logins.
yeah,
Forward
that's
pass.
a pretty good point. That is.
So anyone has any other feedback to
Yeah.
give for the sprint
I
review?
think
Please
forgot
go ahead.
password would be good.
Sorry.
Forgot password.
Yeah, that's we should add that button. Forgot password. So that user can easily access their
Yes.
account, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
this continuous feedback section, why this matters? Because this section
because
helps
this
us
helps
to,
us to
yeah,
our features and whatever progress going to be in for the next sprint too,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I
and
agree with that.
for our application also to build a proper application for our users as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically
So
refine all the features for the next ones
yes,
as we
yes, yes.
progress.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's a
So
good valid point.
yeah. So thank you everyone for your active participation. Let's
Thank
use
you.
idea boards to stay organized, collaborate effectively, and deliver a strong foundation for our project sprint. Yeah.
Thank you so
Let's get
much.
started.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.